Fun. Well, hello. My goodness, I'm so excited. Oh, wow. Wow, wow, wow. We're trying to find Christmas music. So, welcome to Let's Win Wednesday. This is a segment of A New Thing Live, which is our live show. We're going to always try to do live shows for the most part, but I just wanted to welcome you tonight. For those of you watching on Facebook, for those of you watching on YouTube, this is something that we won't do necessarily every Wednesday, but tonight it is Let's Win Wednesday. So, how are you doing? How's everyone doing? So we are listening to Pandora. Just a quick FYI, so you might hear a man's voice or a commercial or an ad every now and then. But we're excited about Let's Win Wednesday. It's just one of those little segments. Really, it shouldn't be over 10 or 15 minutes long, just to kind of get you to push us over that midweek hump. You know, a lot of us are working from home, and even for those that are working not from home, regardless of what your shift is, we sometimes just need that push. And so that's what Let's Win Wednesday is all about. It's just a time to encourage you on, hey, how did you win? How are some ways that we can win individually? How can we win in our families or with people that we love? How can we help others win? And so all of that good stuff. In my heart of hearts, I know that we all have been given DNA to be winners. I know it just sounds so cliche, but we really are. We've all been destined to be victorious. We have the DNA in us to have victory, and we are overcomers, and we are triumphant. And so I've always been a cheerleader. I was a cheerleader in college at Rio Hondo College. Go Runners. I feel like I did that once before. I said that once before. But yes, I am a cheerleader, and so I'm here to be your cheerleader. And for some, it might be, oh, she's a little too high energy and too little bubbly and whatever. And I know my laugh can be annoying, but just, laughter is good, and it does good like medicine. And so I'm just so glad that you're here with us on a Wednesday night. So a couple of things. My name is Cindy Galley, and I host a new web show called A New Thing Live. So you're probably watching either from Facebook or you're watching from YouTube. And so whether you've watched the show or if you've never watched the show, when we're done with this show, head on over to YouTube and do a search, or actually I think we're going to try to put it in the description of it of Let's Win Wednesday, and then just subscribe to our YouTube channel. We've had a lot of great feedback. For the most part, we always want to have a show that's going to give you inspiration. It's going to give you courage. And and just today, I actually read a direct message from someone on Facebook who just thanked the show for the very first episode, which had the most technical difficulties. Was the first one ever, but we were just so happy to launch it. And even in the midst of technical difficulties, I received a wonderful direct message saying, thank you for the show. The show gave that particular topic of being an entrepreneur and then just going out and doing and starting your dream. If you felt like it was in your heart to do, then do it. And they said that, my husband and I, we went ahead and we're moving forward. And so just thank you for giving us that push. And that's really what this show is about. It's not to be, bashing people. And I'm not really that person that bashes anyway. So now, if it's something ugly that's happening, then it's like, oh, I wish that weren't happening, and that doesn't need to be happening. But really, this is a safe place. This is a place where you can come and just let your hair down, get nice hot tea. Lately, I've been enjoying that hot water with lemon. And then just sit and let's chat. We want to encourage you. All of our shows are interactive. So feel free. I do see some comments, and I think the comments that I see, oh, David, you're so sweet. She said, we love your laugh. So thank you for that. This is an interactive show. So comment. If you're on Facebook, if you're on YouTube, comment or hit that like button. For those of you watching on Facebook, you have the option to share and host a watch party. So maybe not on a Let's Win Wednesday, but definitely on A New Thing Live on Monday night. Share it, and then just see what wonderful things come out of that. So we're so thankful that you're here. And I just so appreciate you tuning in with us on Let's Win Wednesday. So I don't know how many of you happen to see A New Thing Live. Just 2 nights ago, we had Taylor Muthoka on our show talk about a win of a topic. So she shared with us that she'd been struggling with pornography for about 8 or 9 years. And about a year ago, actually, during hashtag no porn November, she came out and sharing that it is something that she had struggled with for years. Now, by this point, she had already overcome, and she already had victory in this area. But the response she got was, she said, thousands. It was thousands of young men and women that reached out to her and responded with saying, hey, we have struggled with this. Thank you for being honest. Thank you for being open. Thank you for sharing. And as a result, she's launched her ministry. She meets with girls on a regular basis on Zoom. And so her ministry is Break the Silence Movement. So for those of you who have not yet watched Monday nights, A New Thing Live, do that. It is not as long as the weeks before. Weeks before we had a little over 2 hours, a couple of them, but Mondays was just a little over an hour. And so if you're watching it from the Facebook version, then just scroll maybe till after you see the little part from Jeopardy where we did honor and we saluted Alex Trebek, who passed away within this past week. And then you can go ahead and start, just seeing where Taylor comes in and shares her story. So that is a win for sure. And if that's something that you struggled with, or any addiction for that matter, really, she did pray in the middle of it all. Latch on to that. Scroll over to that, see where she prayed that. And I believe the same. We just want you to walk in freedom from addiction and all of these things that do plague people, especially during the pandemic. I know, some have turned to other things and other, some people would call them substitutes, but some of you have turned to substances or these counterfeit comforts. There's all these different words that can be used. But yet, if you feel like, gosh, I just feel so heavy and I know that I shouldn't be doing this, and I want you to scroll to that point where Taylor is praying, and just close your eyes and just pray, repeat what she's saying. It's almost like if you were to say, when we say things out loud, we say, I pledge allegiance to the flag. There's things that we've said out loud as a group. So I just encourage you, jump into that point where she's praying, and would you just pray out loud what she prayed? And then we want to hear about that. And really the responses that we've received from this past Mondays already has been so great. And so thank you for watching A New Thing Live. Every Monday night we're live. We also, did we include the link? Because, her ministry is taking a stand, as are we, against pornography. And so it's traffickinghub.com. If you go to traffickinghub.com, there's a petition to sign to put a stop to porn and to stop Pornhub. And so if you have not yet, then just go traffickinghub.com. Okay, and I believe that it's going to be written in the comment right now. So if that's something that you are very passionate about, as we are passionate about it, then we're asking you to join forces with us, and let's put a stop to this, to the abuse and the exploitation and things that are happening that should not be. It's time, people. It's time. We need to stand up together, shoulder to shoulder, and say enough is enough. So we're going to put that link there for you. So we're going to announce the winners. So almost every week we do a giveaway. And this past week, it actually is a mask that we were giving away, 2 masks. One, well, actually we do 2 giveaways every week. So the giveaway is a mask that says "Shut It Down." And I can't remember if it was from Exodus Cry. It was from Exodus Cry, and which is another awesome website. And so the mask says "Shut It Down." And so our winners are, and I know you gave me the sheet in. Okay, our winners are Becca and Griselda. Those are the winners of our giveaway from A New Thing Live. So congratulations, ladies. You answered the question correctly. It was, what is the name of Taylor Muthoka's new ministry that she launched? And it's Break the Silence. Break the Silence movement, or Break the Silence. And so if you didn't have a chance to watch it, but you are passionate also about breaking the silence of the things that happen with pornography, then jump on over to her Instagram, and it's Break the Silence _ and then movement is MVMT, and maybe you can put that in there too. That could be helpful as well. So, but we want to hear from you. A lot of you have already reached out from this past Monday, from the week before, and so keep letting us know. It really blesses us to hear and to see how our show has been encouraging you, has been inspiring you, has been bringing you joy, has been giving you that little oomph that you need to get the job done. So we're super excited about that. So how to win this week. We're going into the holidays. We actually have Christmas music on right now. You probably can't hear it, but I can hear it. I love Christmas. Oh, Christmas. It's so wonderful. So I'm the one who loves listening to Christmas music in July. Like, I love Christmas that much. And so I've already begun to do my Christmas shopping. I've already begun to get my Christmas decorations and ornaments. So super excited about Christmas. So, but as we go into the holidays, some would say that for them, holidays can be a very stressful time. And sometimes it's because maybe there's chaos in the family. Maybe there are grudges. Maybe there is bitterness within your family, or even loved ones. Maybe it's just people that you did life with together. And for whatever reason, turmoil or division came in, and that's no longer the case. And so, one of the ways that we're going to challenge you to win is, let's forgive. Let's forgive. Life is so short. And if there's anything that this pandemic has taught us, is that tomorrow is no guarantee. And so, one of the ways that we're challenging is to say, would you really just within yourself, just reflect on who you can forgive, who you need to forgive, and just let it go. Let it go. I know we were so crazy about that song when it came out with Frozen, and we were singing it, but even when you're singing it, some people are still holding on to it and they're not letting it go. But really, let it go. And so as you go into the holidays, this week, that is one of the ways that you can win, is making a list. If there are 2 people or there are 3 people, there's only one person. Maybe it's yourself, but it's time. It's time to forgive, and it's time to just let it go. And, one of the scriptures that I love is, for God so loved the world that he gave his only son, that whoever believes in him would not perish but have everlasting life. He forgave us. And so we should, in return, forgive. And can we all say that things have been done to us? Oh, maybe that person betrayed me. Maybe that person said things about me that weren't very nice. Maybe someone said something about me that wasn't true. I can say yes to all of the above. Maybe people have talked about me behind my back, and it gets back to me. And that's true. But I still have a responsibility to forgive. When you're on to forgiveness, the only person that it's hurting is yourself. Or, if I were to be holding on to it, then I would only be hurting myself. So that is one of the ways that we would love for you to win. And really, you're winning on behalf of that person, but more than that person, you're winning for yourself. That's a way that you can win for yourself. Let it go, and then be kind. And so, we're wanting to promote acts of kindness. So next week, we're going to be doing a 30-day Let's Win challenge. And it's not like bingo, but it's more like 30 ways and it's going to be a really cute PDF, and it's in conjunction with our magazine, Fashioned Magazine. And there's different things that you can do that are going to be promoting kindness, being kind. Someone's driving up beside you on the freeway, and you don't want to let them in. Why? Why not? Why do you have to win? Just step on the brake and let them in. Let's call this Be Kind November. I'm making up my own term. Be Kind November. Some of the other things that, I know that I've stories where, and I think I've even done this actually, where, you see somebody struggling for maybe to put money in a meter or something, just doing that, or paying it forward, paying someone's ticket so that they can, they can also get out, there's just so many different things that we can do. But let's be kind. We are in this together. I know people say, no, we're not. No, we are. And we're all on the face of this globe. We all have breath in us. We all have blood, that the same type of blood that runs through our veins. And so we really are in this together. And so let this be a month where you're going to make that decision to say, I'm going to be kind. And, the Bible says that which a man sows, that he will also reap. So when you're sowing kindness, and you're not sowing kindness just to get kindness, because who likes that? I don't like that. I don't like people to do things so that they can get something from me. But it's like, no, you sow because your heart wants to sow. Your heart wants to give. Your heart wants to bless. Now, there have been times, I'll be honest, where, and one of my dearest friends will tell you, she can attest to that, where there was one time I bought my brand new favorite bottle of Il Bacio perfume. This was probably about, 15 years ago. So I wore Il Bacio in the 90s, mid to late 90s, and I loved this perfume. And it was by Borghese. And so I had bought the biggest bottle that I could find, and I went to her house and I was getting ready in her bathroom, and she came and she goes, oh, she's like, I don't remember if she said she loved that perfume. I know her husband loved that perfume. And right at that moment, the Lord was like, you need to give her your bottle. And I'm like, I just bought this. It's like brand spanking new. And it was the big bottle. It was like the 3.5 Guru. It was the mother load bottle. Wasn't the 1.7. It wasn't the little mini travel. No, it was the bottle that was going to carry me through the spring. So I have to say that when I gave it to her, I was very honest in letting her know that I really didn't want to give it to her. But I was giving it to her to be out of being obedient. So anyway, I just want to encourage you to, let's be kind. Let's be good to each other. Let's be good to our neighbors. That's a great rule, right? Love your neighbor as yourself. Of course, that means that you have to love yourself, but it doesn't hurt to be kind. It actually, there are things that are released in our bodies, and I'm not a scientist, and I don't know much about the medical profession, but I do know that when you laugh and you smile and you're kind and you forgive, it releases things in your body that promote health and healing. So again, that's just something that we can do to help our own selves out. Be kind. We talked about forgiving and letting it go. And some of the ways that I've won this week, I did go walking. I told you last week I was going to start walking, and I walked only once. But it was at Disneyland. It was at downtown Disney, but it was 2.2 miles. So, hey, that was better than the week before when I did 0, where I was just sitting, working from home, working remotely, probably 90% out of my pajamas or my pajama bottoms. And so this week, I'm gonna bring it up to 2 days. So that's how I can win. Now I'm gonna be in Nashville. So I don't know how cold it is or what the weather is going to be like. So within the week, next I'm actually not doing a Let's Win Wednesday next week, but I am committing to walking 2 days and at least 2 miles each of those days. So I think that's going to be fun. So, oh my goodness. Someone said they haven't accessed YouTube for over a year and that they were in a coma. Oh my goodness. Well, thank you for joining, and I'm glad that you are doing better and that you are joining us. So thank you for letting us know. Thank you for letting us know, and just we're so happy to hear that you're no longer in a coma. We're glad that you're joining us. Thank you for that. So I'm going to close our time together with a quote, and the quote is, "You can't win unless you begin." I love that. You can't win unless you begin. So start now. So start now. And that, well, that's from Robin S. Sharma, who is a Canadian writer, but it's with a little bit of a New Thing Live twist, the starting a new thing now. But you can't win unless you begin. And so we're saying, so start now. Start now. So I hope this was not over. Did I go over? Oh, 7:21. Okay. I was saying 10 to 15 minutes, 21 minutes is better than 35. So thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for tuning in with us. Thank you for tuning in with us. And again, subscribe to our YouTube channel, A New Thing Live, and hit that notification bell so that next Monday when we go live, you're notified and you can join us. Again, this is an interactive segment. Our show is interactive. And before we leave this day, we want to say a huge thank you to all of the veterans and all who have served in our country, who have served to protect us and served for our freedom. We honor you today. We applaud you. We say thank you to you. We're very grateful for doing what you did so that we could be who we are today. So we want to just salute every veteran. You know, my dad was in the service. He was in the Army. So all of our armed forces, we do love you, and we don't know you by name, but whenever I see the armed forces like in parades and stuff, I get very emotional and I cry because I can't imagine the things that you put yourself through defending our country. So we thank you. And to everybody else, I wish that you would also do the same, and we wish you the very best. Have a great day. Remember, you can win. What are some things that you can do this week to win? You know, maybe right now you're thinking, oh, I need to be kinder to myself. So maybe you might want to put a little Post-it note. A couple of our girls last week on our show, they said that when they feel discouraged, they just write a word like, you can do this, you got this, you are beautiful, you are awesome, you are important. So getting that on the Post-it note, putting it on your mirror, and then, you know what, open your mouth and say it out loud about yourself. Say, I am awesome. I am awesome. Doesn't matter what people tell me, especially if people are telling you the opposite. Whatever people are telling you, then write that affirmation to yourself. Put that note up on that mirror and say, you know what, I am amazing and I am an important person. And God does have an incredible plan for my life. And so we love you. We want to hear from you. We're here for you. Always, please email us at hello@anewthinglive.com. If you want to write that in there. You're so wonderful. hello@anewthinglive.com. We do want to hear from you. We are here for you. And we will see you next Monday on A New Thing Live. Bye.